How I turned $100 investment into a multi-million-dollar business in only 2 years. Hey, are you trying to start a business online, or maybe you already have a business online? I want to share with you my story. There are 7 things I did to take a $100 investment and turn it into over $1 million in sales in only 24 months. And in this video I want to share it with you, and we're starting right now. Hey, I'm JR Fisher. Welcome to my channel. I've sold millions of dollars of products, which is nice to say, since 2009, both digital and physical products. And this is your channel. This is not my channel. This is your channel. So make sure you subscribe. And I say it's your channel because anything that you need to know to help you sell more stuff online, you can come to this channel for. You can ask me questions, you can watch videos, you can comment on things, because this is your channel. I really want to help you. Don't forget to comment below if you have any questions, things you want to know about. Please put your comments below. If you like it, give me a thumbs up. If you don't, thumbs down. If I earned it, I earned it. Okay. And don't forget, once you subscribe, to turn on bell notifications. Okay, there's a little bell that'll pop up next to the subscribe button once you click it, and you want to turn on all notifications. Okay, so in this video I really want to share with you the 7 things that really came down to making this money that I made, this $1 million in only 24 months. You know, I tell you, when I first considered selling stuff online, I had the biggest problem. The biggest problem was, and maybe you can relate to this, I didn't know what to sell. I really had nothing to sell, and I didn't know how to sell anything. I didn't know whether to go to auction sites. I didn't know whether to do a website. I didn't, you know, I just had nothing going on. I had nothing going on. So consequently, I thought about it a lot. I gave it a lot of thought, and I really never did anything. I just thought. Okay, I did a lot of thinking about it. Like, man, I see people making money online. I remember one day on my job, there was a guy that came in and he bought 2 cars. I was at a car dealership at the time, was a manager there, and he bought 2 cars and he paid cash for it. And this is going back to probably 2006 2007. I didn't start my business till 2009, but at that time he had made millions of dollars online, and he was selling golf products. He had a warehouse in Suffolk, Virginia, and he was actually selling golf products online. And I thought, wow, that's got to be pretty cool, because you know, I'm here dealing with the public, and he really doesn't deal with the public. Everybody sends him money online, and he ships out products, and he makes a living. And that sounded like a pretty cool way to make a living. So I thought about it, and I thought about it, and I thought about it, and I didn't do anything. I just thought about it. So I'm going to tell you step number 1. This is the thing that really made it all possible. Number 1 is, you ready? Get started. Get started. Okay, you actually got to get started. And I thought about it a lot, and I got home late at night from my job, and I really didn't have time to do anything. And one night I actually turned off the TV, because I watched it for a couple hours every night. I was a single dad, was working a lot of hours, and I actually sat down at my computer and I started looking for products I could sell, and I came across one. And it was not the best product in the world. It was cell phone cases, and I never did make money selling cell phone cases, but cell phone cases got me to where I am today, because by selling cell phone cases I learned how to list products on eBay. I learned how to set up accounts. I learned how to build a web page. I learned all these things that would later on serve me. So the number 1 thing you got to do, I'm telling you, this is what most people don't do, is they don't get started. You got to get started, even if it's wrong. You know, what the product I picked was wrong, but I got started, and it got me going in the right direction. Number 2 is I wasn't going to quit. I wasn't going to quit. Once I got started, I wasn't going to quit. And here's what it comes down to, guys. If you really want to think, what can I do to make sure I don't quit? Get a really good why. Get a really good why. Okay, my why was, I didn't want to work the job I was working anymore. I didn't like working for my boss. I didn't have any time with my kids. I couldn't spend time that I wanted. They would tell me when I could go eat. Tell me when I could go eat. Do they do that to you on your job? Tell you that you can eat from 12 to 1, but if we're busy, you got to wait till 1. Doesn't matter if you're hungry. Regardless of that, doesn't matter if you're hungry. You can't leave. You can't leave. I didn't like that. So number 2 was, I wasn't going to quit, and I had found my why. That's why I wasn't going to quit, because if you quit, okay, if you start trying to sell stuff online and it doesn't work out the way you want at the beginning, you go, well, I'll go back to my job. I didn't want to. That wasn't an option for me. That was zero option for me. I was going to keep going until I made enough money to quit that job and never go back again. Okay, that was what I wanted to do. The next thing, number 3, and this is a big one, and I think a lot of people have a hard time with this: take advice from other people who have been there. Now this is a very, very slippery slope here. You don't want to take advice from people who have not been there. Okay, so if a friend or family member tells you, well, you're not going to make any money online because you don't know how to do it, because I heard that. I had people say, how are you going to make money online when you can't type? I couldn't type. And you know what, I still can't type. I kind of hunt and peck, 2 or 3 fingers on each hand, and I couldn't send an email. I really wasn't good at sending emails, didn't know how to do it. And everybody told me I would not be successful at it because I didn't know these things. I didn't know how to sell stuff online. Now my reasoning was, why can't I just learn it? Why can't I just learn it? And you can too. You can too. Okay, that's what this is all about. Number 3 is taking advice from the right people. Now there are people you should take advice from. Who are those people? Those people are people who have already been where you want to go and have been successful. So I did start to listen to people. I listened to people in digital marketing because I didn't know anything about digital marketing. I listened to people who knew about SEO because I didn't know anything about SEO. I listened to people who knew about marketing and web pages and building web pages, and those are the people I listened to. Why? Because they had done these things and they knew it was possible and they knew how to do it. So on this channel here, for example, I'm doing a lot of videos. I have at the last count well over 500 videos on this channel, and they're all things that will help you out, help you be more successful. I do challenge you to go through more videos on this channel. Anytime you get a chance, go through, watch 10, 15, 20 videos, because they're going to help you get ahead. So that's my number 3. Be willing to take advice from people. And I want to add one thing to this: it doesn't matter if they're younger than you. There was a lot of 19, 20-year-olds and 21-year-olds that I listened to that knew what they were doing, and I didn't care what age they were. If they knew how to do something, I didn't know how to do it, I'm going to listen. Don't let your age get in your way. You're not too young to do this and you're not too old to do this, but by the same token, just because you're older doesn't mean you know more. Remember that. Just because you're older doesn't mean you know more. It just means you've lived longer. Okay, maybe you weren't exposed to this, maybe you didn't try to study it, whatever the reason. Don't get stuck on, well, I'm 50 years old and I'm not going to let some 20-year-old tell me how to do something. That 20-year-old may have some good information. They may have some bad information too, and you can usually spot that if you're 50, right? You possibly can. So let's look at number 4. Number 4 is really, really important, I think, and that is be willing to try other products. Don't get stuck on a product. Okay, what you want to get stuck on is getting better at selling online. That's what you want to get stuck on. Don't get stuck on a product. If I had gotten stuck on cell phone cases, I would have never made a living. Okay, I sell survival food now. I have an emergency survival food company. I have courses on how to make money online. I have courses on how to build out, websites. I have courses on how to run ads. I didn't get stuck on a product. I do coaching. I have an inner circle. All those things sprang out of my initial business, which was selling cell phone cases. I never intended to do these other things, but I never got stuck on a product, and I sold a lot of products along the way. I had sold camping gear, and I had sold survival products, and I sold other people's survival food. Then I came up with my own brand. Bottom line is I never got stuck on a product. Don't get stuck on a product. Let it lead you to other ones. That doesn't mean change your product every single day. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is don't get stuck. Okay, be open to new things, because they're going to be introduced to you. If you get out there and you start doing these things, these new things will be introduced to you. Okay, so remember that. Don't get stuck on a product. My next one here, number 5, some of you guys are gonna have a hard time with it. You can't see it, I'm reading it on my screen right here. I was willing to give up personal time and money. I was willing to give up personal time and money. If you're not willing to give up your personal time and money, you will not succeed online. You will not. You have to change your life. You have to change. You can't go to happy hour anymore. Okay, you can't do it. There's nobody happy at happy hour anyhow. I bartended all through college. They're not happy. They're really not happy. They're avoiding something else. That's why they're there. So you've got to change. You've got to invest your time. You can't go to that game on the weekend. Right now we can't go anywhere because of the pandemic, but you can't watch that game on TV, right? You can't play that video game for 2 or 3 hours at night. You can't do it because you're stealing from yourself. You really truly are. If you're not investing your personal time into your business, you're missing out. Now a lot of people work a job and they say, well, I work Monday through Friday 9 to 5, I'm off in the evenings and I'm off on the weekends, and that's great. That's the time you need to invest in yourself. And people say, well, I need my leisure time, I've got to have my downtime. No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't. You can take your evenings and invest it in yourself. And I had to give up doing personal things, going out with friends and family and doing all that stuff so that I can invest that time. But now I can spend time with whatever friends and family I want because I have my business that's solid now. Okay, that's something I built up. Next thing, and the second part of that, is you got to be willing to give up your personal time and money. Okay, you got to be willing to invest in yourself. Now this does not mean go out and borrow money to start a business. Because you go out and borrow money to start a business does not mean you're going to be successful. As a matter of fact, it probably means you're not going to do well. You're probably going to fail. If you're not willing to take your own money and invest it into a business, right, then you don't even have confidence in it. Okay, if you don't have confidence in your own business, right, how are you going to be successful? You've got to invest your money in it. And I know a lot of people want to know how to do things online. They want to know how to sell stuff and make money, but they aren't willing to buy a course. They aren't willing to invest in some training. You know, I sell a lot of training right now, and I have a lot of people that buy from me. Some people don't buy from me, and that's okay too. But those people that are willing to invest money in real training are much more likely to be successful than those people who never want to buy any training. And you're going to buy training one way or another. Did you know that? You are. You're either going to buy training from somebody like me, and I'm going to teach you how to do it, or you're going to go out and just spend money trying things until you figure it out, and that's a whole lot more costly. Because we've already figured it out. We already know what works. We know what ads work. We know what emails work. We know what works, and we sell you that information. Okay, so that's what I do to earn a living outside of my survival food companies. I teach people how to make money online. So you got to be willing to invest money. If not with me, with somebody who's done it. Why go and waste all your time when somebody's already figured it out? You can give them a little bit of money and learn from them, or you spend a ton of money trying to figure it out on your own. Which one makes more sense? Now, I did the one where I spent a ton of money trying to figure it out on my own because there was nobody out there. There weren't really any courses in 2009 that told you how to market stuff online. I couldn't find anybody credible to teach me. The people that wanted to sell me courses only sold courses. They didn't sell products online, and if they didn't sell products online, they probably didn't know how to do it. So I steered away from that. Number 6, you got to be able to see a better future for yourself. Okay, you got to be able to imagine this. You can't say, well, you know, I'm a cashier at a grocery store and that's just what I am, and I'm always going to be a cashier at a grocery store. Not the case. You can be anything you want to be. You can change your life by changing your actions. So you have to be able to see a better future for yourself. You've got to be able to put that in your head. You got to know that you're capable of more. You've got to have that self-confidence before it's an actual thing, right? You know, I knew I would be successful at it before I was successful at it. How is that? I just imagined. I said, I gotta be. If anybody else can do it, I can. And here's the truth. If some people can do it, many people can do it. If many people can do it, so can you. You can do these things. So this self-confidence, this knowing that you're going to have a better future is not a crazy thought. It's the fact. It's the fact that you can do this because so many people have done it before you that it can be done. It's been proven. Okay, it's already proven. All you have to do is accept it now. Accept that into your head. Now, the last thing I'm going to tell you, number 7, this is the very last part, is you have to constantly innovate. You have to constantly innovate. You can't get up every day and do the same exact thing every single day and be reactive to what's going on. You have to do that every day. You have to react and you have to get all that stuff done, but you have to take a portion of your day to look around you. You know, who's doing different kinds of email, who's doing different kinds of ads, who's doing different kinds of videos. You know, I have this YouTube channel here now, and I initially started it in 2015. I really didn't do anything with it. You know, I did a few videos here and there, and I was expecting it to explode, and it never did, and I really never got any traction. But once I got serious about it, which is about 7-8 months ago, I've 8 times the amount of views and subscribers and all that stuff, and it's still not where I want it to be, but it's growing and it's getting there, and I know it'll be there because what I did is I looked at people who are really successful, and now I'm doing what they're doing. Okay, I'm doing the right headlines, I'm doing the right thumbnails, I'm doing the right tags, I'm doing consistent videos, I'm doing them the right length. So I went out there and I innovated and I studied and I found other things, Do I need to do this now? No, I make enough money at the survival food company, but what happens one day if that goes down a little bit? That worries me, right? So I want to have other things out there. So I have courses, I have Facebook ads courses, I have drop shipping courses, I have courses on how to make money online, I have email courses, I have all these other courses that also make me money, and I'm going to keep innovating. I'm going to keep doing that because I always worry, what if all those things go away? Will I have anything else? So now I have a YouTube channel, I have you guys, which is awesome that you listen and you comment and you give me input. And I'm going to remind you, that reminded me just now, make sure you comment below, put a question down there, put a comment, let me know what you thought of the video. If you've had some successes, put that below, but please comment below, like it, don't forget. And I got to remind you on this, you got to subscribe. You got to do that. Hit that big subscribe button down there, and there's a bell next to it. Ring the bell, turn on all bell notifications. You'll become part of the Fisher family, the VIP group that gets notified every single time I do a video. That's pretty awesome stuff, right? I also have a $97 course, but it ain't $97. It's free. All you gotta do is go down the description, click the link, click and learn. It's free. It's my gift to you, but it's not gonna be free forever. You better hurry up. You better get started. You better click that link, and don't forget, also check out this video here. It's really going to help you grow your business. You'll do really well if you check out this video right here. Do that. Thanks for listening to this video. I'll see you in the next one.